I'm Amber Nicole.
This is Jay Glazer.
It's Punk Ass.
It's Scrape.
I'm Natasha Wicks.
This is Frank Mir.
This is Phil Davis.
Molly Karam.
Chael Sonnen. Tito Ortiz, the People's Champ. Don't forget to check out
MMA Weigh-In.
Navid Razi for MMA Weigh-In at the World MMA Awards here with Jay Glazer. And Jay, we talked at the exact same place last year, a much smaller red carpet. We talked about the growth of MMA, and since then it's quadrupled already. Talk a little bit about the growth and how fast things have changed.
Well, obviously it's grown from last year to this year. You've seen a lot more mainstream sponsors come in. You've seen guys in a lot more high-profile spots. But now, obviously, that we're doing it on the UFC on Fox, it's just going to bring it to a completely different stratosphere. And what I love about it is that, obviously being around NFL guys, you're around certain kind of athletes, and mixed martial arts fighters, no matter who it is, when they first meet them, they're kind of like, this guy's a fighter? That's not, they certainly don't have the same reputation as the fighters we grew up watching, old-time boxers and whatnot. So I just think the education and for the sponsors out there and television shows to really see, how special these athletes are, it's going to be great. It's taking on a whole completely new life.
We heard a lot of bickering right after the Cain Velasquez Jr. Dos Santos fight about how it was too short. It only lasted 64 seconds. But after the numbers came out, 8.6 million, or roughly tuned in to watch. What was your reaction after all the facts came in? You
know what? Here's the thing. People, how you ever complain about fights on free TV, I have no idea. How do you possibly complain about that? Number one. Number two, the card itself was a great card, but also, look, I'm watching mixed martial arts because I want to see a knockout. I want to see these guys go and bang, put somebody down. When Mike Tyson was fighting it, so if it went past 30 seconds, everybody was pissed off, right? Yeah. So I want to see something like that. So no, for me, I thought it was great. And I think that, the cards they're putting together now on the UFC on Fuel, UFC on FX, UFC on Fox, over the long haul, they're going to represent the sport so incredibly well.
Let's talk a little bit about the UFC on Fox debut. You did a fantastic job with Kenny Florian in the pre-fight show, and then also everything else after that was also very well done. Are there anything that you might want to change or do differently the second time around, or how was your experience going with that? And also, how is it working with the UFC camera crew? Yeah. You're used to working with the NFL on Fox, or excuse me, with the Fox on NFL.
No, they're great. It's same level of professionalism, and UFC is the best at what they do. I think Fox is the best at what we do also. But I don't think I change anything. The great thing now is, look, again, that first fight was just a teaser. But now, UFC on Fox, we're going to have 4 fights. We're going to have 2,200 hours of UFC on Fuel TV this coming year. I mean, so I wouldn't do a thing. I think we're on the right track. People are going to be a lot more exposed to it now. And the great thing is, George Greenberg, who runs Fuel TV, he's a guy who helped get Jimmy Kimmel on the air, started Best Damn Sports Show, was the guy who actually put on the first ever UFC fight on cable TV, which was on Best Damn Sports Show. He is such a forward thinker when it comes to stuff like this. He's doing all sorts of great things that's going to get the sport to jump up even higher.
Have you had any luck of getting Michael Strahan or Kurt Menefee in the octagon and showing him some moves?
I trained Strahan. I trained him for one day because I train a bunch of pro athletes. So I put him through the workout, and about a minute and 20 seconds into the conditioning part of it, he was like, well, I don't play anymore. Why am I doing this? And he just stopped. But then the next day, his fiancée was there, and he finished it. Yeah. At first, he's like, why am I doing this to myself? I don't play football anymore. I don't need to do this. It was pretty funny, though. It was good, but we did some wrestling, too, and he was a leverage player, and he was like, boy, I wish I knew, wrestling when I played, just to help out the leverage aspect of it.
Appreciate the time, Jay. We look forward to seeing the next show on Fox.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.